welcome to Do What You Love. My name is Missy and today is another story time video. I've been reading a lot of comments. You guys really seem to love story time, and I've been getting a lot of asks if I would do a paranormal type story time. So that is what I'm going to do today. If you like story time, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet and become a lovey, make sure you hit that subscribe button and become a lovey. I'm gonna flash right here all of my social media. Make sure you find me and follow me here, and we can become better loveys and chit chat and talk. And yeah, let's roll. So I have a lot of paranormal stories, but I'm just gonna tell you one that's, it seems like you guys want to be scared, so I'm going to tell you something a little creepy. We're going to go creepy today. How's that sound, guys? So in a house that I lived in as a child was huge. It actually had 3 levels. So the bottom level had like our laundry room, a bathroom, a big like main room, and then another room, and then you would go up like 8 steps, and then there was like our main living floor, and that was like our good living room and a regular living room and a kitchen, and then you would go up another set of 8 steps and like all of our bedrooms and stuff like that, and another bathroom was up there. But I want you guys to get a visual. When you would go up those 8 steps, literally all you had to do was like move your foot this way and you would be on the steps to go back up. So they went like this, if that makes sense. So like the steps were side by side. Our house was so large that my father decided to rent the downstairs of the house, because we never went down there. Everything was like up the 2 other floors, to a young man. As a girl, he was very cute. Like, he was like cute, like beach boy cute, like surfer boy cute, like dude, yeah, Jersey boy cute. So I was like totally fascinated with him, and so were a lot of my friends and cousins. We would like look at him, but he was weird. Oh my word, was this dude weird. So like sometimes we would hear him downstairs. Like, I don't know what kind of religion or like what he was into, but he had like I don't know, I think it was like some kind of Eastern religion. I don't know. I'm not mocking religions. Don't leave me a whole bunch of comments like I'm mocking religions. To me, it was just weird. Like, he worshiped sticks and stuff. Like, he did all this stuff with sticks and like would chant to them, and he had like wooden faces, I remember, on the wall and stuff like that. He just did stuff that was just out of the ordinary to us, is the best way I know how to explain. Like, I don't want to go into all this detail, but he just was a little weird, and he was into some weird stuff, and we would hear him down there chanting and summoning. Yeah, he summoned. We don't know what he was summoning, but he summoned things that he worshipped. I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know what he was into, but we knew he was worshiping these things, and like, I've never seen them before. So his cute, like, yeah, beach boy, you're gorgeous, turned into, oh my god, you're a creeper kind of thing. Like, he just, I don't know. And he was cute at first, but then he got like scary, like weird. Like, he wasn't supposed to, like, he would, I'll explain this. Like, the downstairs was the part that he rented, but every once in a while we would allow him to come up and like do what he needed to do in the kitchen. Or, don't get me wrong, he had a refrigerator and stuff downstairs, but like to cook, he could cook. We allowed him to come upstairs, but we had to be home and stuff like that. So like, when I mean weird, like all of a sudden we started like finding him. Like, we would come home and he'd be places in the house that he wasn't supposed to be in, and just weird. And then we noticed, like, I don't know, like, I would see weird things around the house, almost like he was marking parts of the house with the things that belonged to his religion, is the only way I know how to explain it. These wooden things. It's not like he had crucifixes or anything like that. It was just these weird wooden symbols, I guess, is the only way that I know how to explain it. Like, he started marking places in our house with these things. I don't know. So anyways, long story short, I had a cousin over, I think it was, a cousin or a friend over, and my mom had to run into town. I believe she was going to pick us up lunch. We were going to do lunch in a movie-like thing at the house, and we had especially myself, had been experiencing some odd things, not like your typical paranormal stuff, not like lights switching off and on, cupboards opening and closing, not that stuff, or that creepy feeling you get like something's watching you. We weren't having those kinds of experiences. My personal experiences were I was catching things out of the corner of my eye. Like, it looked like someone walked, and you go to look to see who it is, and there's nobody there. And then you'd look straight again, and they did it again. Shadows is the best way I know how to explain it. Like, shadows moved. Lots of strange noises. Just a feeling that something is there, but you can't put your finger on it, kind of thing. I do not scare easy, as I've mentioned in other videos, and I don't get creeped out real easy, so it didn't give me like this uneasy feeling. But when I had people over, oh my word, they were extremely uneasy and would tell me like, I don't feel comfortable. You know, it was so weird to me, because it's like, I don't know. I'm more fascinated. I've said this before too. I'm more fascinated than I am like creeped out. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. So needless to say, some of these kinds of things were going on. She had come over, and it was just her and I. And we were in the good living room, which was, the way that it was set up is everything was kind of facing forward. So the stairs, both sets, and the kitchen were like behind the couch and the TV. So we were like facing forward, watching television, I believe is what we were doing. And everything kind of was set behind us. And as we were watching television and giggling and being goofy little girls, as you are, I would say maybe I was 11 or 10, somewhere in there. Maybe 11 or 12, somewhere in there. We kept hearing really strange noises, like, that's the only way I know how to explain it, like running feet. Little running feet. And we were looking at each other and we're like, what the heck is that? So of course you mute the TV and you're listening. Not only when we muted the TV did we hear the running feet sound, but we heard moaning. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, moaning, almost like an animal. It wasn't human, but it wasn't loud. I don't know. It was just like this weird sound. Okay, so by this point, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was a little creeped out. Just a little creeped out. Okay? So by then we turned off the television and we're kind of like huddled together because she's completely freaked out. And we're listening. And these sounds are very prominent. They're not stopping. So I'm like, it sounds like it's behind us. So, you know, me being the brave one, I kind of peeked around the couch and I'm watching. It's broad daylight. It's not like it's night. It's not storming and thundering. It's actually a beautiful, gorgeous, I think it was fall day. None of that creepy stuff. And I'm watching, and I think it was like 10:30, 11, like it was just about ready to be lunchtime. And I swear to God to you guys, I don't lie. I'm not a liar. These are things that I've actually experienced. And if I could find my cousin, I would have her beside me, but she lives in New Jersey and she'd be like, yes, this totally happened. But anyways, I don't know how else to explain it, but shadowed figures. They were really little though. I mean, they were like this tall, maybe 2 feet. 2 feet tall. Shadowed figures. And there was 4 or 5 of them, and they were running up the steps from where he lived up to the spot where our main living floor leveled out. So it was right like up into the kitchen. They would run to the top of the steps and like peek around, and then they'd run back down. And then you hear they run back up, and then they peek around, and then that's when they would make these noises. Okay? Alright, so we were definitely a little freaked out. I'm not going to say that I was not freaked out. I was freaked out by this point, okay? Because it was very prominent. I wasn't going crazy because I wasn't the only person that saw them, because she saw them too. Because of course I'm like, do you see this? Do you see this? So she peeked. She was like, oh my God, what are they? Oh, like it was, we were totally creeped out. And it was a very creepy, not good feeling. in the house at that moment. It was definitely a creepy kind of, we are not your friend kind of feeling. And we were like, what are we going to do? Now, in this day and age, there's cell phones. But when I was 10, 11, 12, I think I was 12, cell phones had not come out yet. So it's not like I'd have been like, hey, Ma, can you get home? No, there was none of that. We were on our own until Mom got back from the grocery store. We didn't know what we were going to do. All we knew is that we felt like we had to get off of that floor and go upstairs. Now, I told you this before. I was brought up in the church. I'm a born-again Christian. I was brought up that way. So my mom was a Christian, and she always prayed in her bedroom. So it was just a thing for us. Like, we knew we had to get upstairs into my mom's bedroom and close the door until she came home. That was our logical thing to do in our 12-year-old brains. This is what we're going to do. But to get upstairs, we had to go to those steps that were literally this far from the steps. These things were running from the downstairs upstairs. So I'm telling you, all you'd have to do is like put your foot and you would literally be on the first step to go upstairs. Though they were like adjacent. That's the only way. Like, these went down and these went up. They were adjacent from each other. So we had to be like this close to these things to get upstairs. Well, that completely wigged us out. But we knew we had to get upstairs. Like, there was just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have to get our butts upstairs. These things won't go past the steps. They wouldn't go past the steps. They just like kept running up and then running back down, and then running up and then running back down. And then sometimes they would stay up there and they'd like peeking at you, and they'd make these noises. We had to do something. So we got all of our mozzie. We were like, dear Jesus, be with us. And on top of this, I hate to say this, but it's the truth. Do you remember those pictures of Jesus? They were very big in the 80s, and they were like a very solemn picture. If I can find one on the net, I will put it right here. Like, I'll put it right here. This picture, okay? I'm telling you, that picture, I love Jesus. And I love Jesus. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But that picture totally creeped me out. And that picture was on the staircase going up the steps into my mom's room. I swear to God to you, that picture always, when I would look at it and like move, I swear to you, it looked like the eyes would follow me. Oh my gosh, it used to creep me out. And we had to run past that picture to get up to my room. And I wasn't the only one that felt like it. My cousin, she was like, oh, we gotta go past the picture. So we were like totally creeped out. Anyways, we got a mozzie. We were like looking at the picture. Definitely looked like the picture was looking back at us. And we're like, we're just gonna do it. So we held hands. And we got behind the couch, and we were like 2 feet from the steps, and those things came up the steps, and they just stayed there. They stayed there. They didn't run back down. It was like a standoff. Like, I am dead serious. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I was scared. Actually, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I wish you guys can see my skin. Like, I am seriously getting goosebumps right now, because I remember that feeling. And I don't scare easy. I don't get wigged out easy, guys. If you really knew me in real life, I really don't. This wigged me out. This was one of the moments in my life where I was actually afraid. And I was like, this is not cute. So I remember we were stood there. We're holding hands. We're like, we have to do it. So it's like one of those things, you know, it's a little like when you were young and you had to turn your own light off in the bedroom, and you'd run and take that flying leap into bed because you were always afraid the boogeyman underneath the bed was going to grab your feet. Yeah, that's the feeling we had, and that was what we felt like we had to do. We had to take a flying leap to the stairs and then just book it. Just book it up the steps. And that's what we did. I can't tell you if those things came out from the stairs. I can't tell you what happened. I don't remember touching the steps, guys. Literally and seriously, I don't remember touching the steps. we hid it and we ran. And we were in the bedroom until my mom got home, and she was just like, what are you guys doing? We told her everything that happened. She's like, really? Yeah, I've been feeling some weird things to myself. Blah, blah, blah. My cousin was so freaked out. Her and I, we were attending a Christian private school at the time. We told, I think it was one of the teachers there or something, and she's like, you guys need to bless your house, get some holy water, and just like bless your house. Like, just claim this house for Jesus Christ. Nothing that does not believe in him can operate in your atmosphere. So I remember we got holy water, we blessed the house, and I have to tell you, within a week, that guy left. Like, you're out of here, bud. Yeah, he had to move out. I think it was like a week he was out, because things got really weird. Really weird. So guys, that was one of my creepy paranormal stories. Now that I'm older and I think back on that, I know now that they were like demonic entities, but all I can say was they couldn't go past them steps because they couldn't mess with this. Yeah. I'm just kidding. So I hope you guys enjoyed my paranormal story today. If I feel like it's not paranormal because it wasn't like doors were shutting and lights were going flipping off and on, but it definitely was something creepy. So I'm calling it a paranormal story. So that's all I got time for today, guys. I'm going to go, and I hope you guys are well and having a fantastic day. Hashtag lovies rule. You guys are awesome. You guys have a blessed and great day, and I will be back soon. Bye, guys.
Hey, no, no, no.